focus on the flowers around you. And to your left, you notice a huge patch of bright red flowers, so vivid in color. Can you see these flowers?
I'm at my job.
Can
That's
tell me?
so family.
Tell me what are you feeling and seeing?
So family.
It's all right. Let us make the intention now that you are an observer of all that you will see on this journey. You will feel no pain, no emotion, no physical sensation. You are watching as if it is a movie.
They're all a part of my soul family.
They are a part of us. Who is a part of us?
The clients and my coworkers, and we've all just planned bars. We had contracts, but we're moving past those.
We're all playing contracts.
We're moving past that.
We're moving past that. Very good. Very good. Tell me more. Who am I speaking to right now?
You're still speaking to me. I'm just seeing it. I can feel it. I know now why that was a part of my journey.
Very good. Very good. Let's observe.
I had to reconnect because I've shut that part of me down because there was so much pain.
Let me ask you about this. Are you referring to the recurring dreams of your former workplace?
I'm connected.
Who are you connected to?
No, everyone.
Everyone. Everyone. Am I speaking to the higher self?
A part.
A part? A part of
the team is here, but
the team is here.
They're just letting me see right now.
What do you see? Do you see the team? Tell me what you see. Share that, please.
I see the lawn. I see all the homes. I see
Are you it's okay. You are observing. You do not feel the pain. Are you referring to the state-run care homes that we discussed? Yes. Yes. Tell me what you see. What do you see in these homes?
I'm just connected right now to the ones they're still alive, but there's a part of my family.
A part of your family. Very good.
There's the souls that are confused too. They're there and they need to understand how to cross into the light.
Are you referring to souls that are waiting to transition, earthbounds? Okay, very, very good. Did these souls that are earthbound live in this care home? And did they lose their lives in this care home?
Yes. Also, there was coworkers.
Coworkers also?
Mm-hmm.
And why are they staying? Why do they remain at this home?
Not all stayed. Many of them, they came in on a different frequency, so they understood. They wanted to get their karma back quick, so they chose very hard existence, and they just came in and got out and went right back to source. But there's a few that just they're ready now because they didn't understand before, but now they're ready to go.
They're ready to go. What is preventing them from doing this on their own? We would be happy to help them, of course, but what is it then?
They didn't know what was going on. They were just kind of confused.
Okay. Well, let's assist them. Let us help this group of souls. So you are saying that this group is waiting. They're ready and waiting. So we shall call in. We shall call again to Archangel Michael. He's standing by. He is waiting to help them. Do they see Michael?
Yes. Yes, they're ready.
Very good. Can they hear me?
Yes, they can hear you.
So I would like to say to them, please envision within your hearts that spark of light from source, that beautiful warmth spreading. Can they feel it spreading?
Yes, yes.
Very good.
Looking so happy.
Well, we are grateful for all of the work they did here and for being so brave as to come to this density at such a difficult time in the planet's history. So we are going to honor them and make this easy and simple for them to transition. Do they see the beautiful portal forming? Mm-hmm. Michael is holding out his hand and he's they're following? Oh, very good. Let's watch. Tell me.
I see them. They're beautiful.
You see them? Mm-hmm. What do they look like as they pass?
They're just going. It's just their souls.
They're beautiful souls.
White.
Yellow. Mm-hmm. Very good. Tell me when the last one has gone through.
They all went quickly.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you all for everything you've done. And we wish you a beautiful and safe journey and reunion with your loved ones.
Thank you.
Okay. Very good. Let's take a breath now and let's just relax into the moment. Let's let them go. Regroup. Just breathe. May I ask some more questions?
Yes.
Who am I? Am I speaking to the higher self at the moment? Who am I speaking to? I know the team is here. Am I?
There's many. And
many.
They want to come through. They said just if you will start asking me questions,
they will answer. Okay, great.
It will be. I'm still struggling with my regular mind. And
okay, well, let's work with that for a moment. Okay, so let's have the team stand by. I'd like you to breathe deeply. Breathe deeply.
They said just ask questions.
Okay, let's do. I would like to expand upon the issue and some of the questions that we spoke of at the beginning before we started the session. There has been a lot of anxiety attached to working in these state-run care homes, one in particular, which has caused her to leave this job and return 7 times. There's been anxiety, deep emotion, pain. Could you explain more about why this was the case? Tell us more.
The anxiety she was being pushed to leave because even though it's a part of who she is, it wasn't the path.
Wasn't the path. Very good. What is the correct path?
She's on it now.
Very good. There were people, there were patients, employees at the care home that had very tumultuous relationships with our client. Could you explain more, specifically the supervisor who was very, very unpleasant to her all the time? Could you tell us more about these relationships and whether
Contract.
Contract.
Mm.
Tell us more.
We told you about Atlantis, and she had a position of authority, and she would abuse her power.
In what way did she abuse her power?
It's not necessarily something she should concern herself with at this in
Okay.
this life.
Okay.
Because she's those contracts have been karma has been dealt with, and the supervisor was showing her what it's like to be under authority of somebody that is can just be mean for no reason.
Okay. So what were the relationships that she had with these others back in Atlantis? Who were these people to her?
So it's not really something she needs to concern herself with.
Okay. Very good.
Like we say all the time, she overthinks everything. She should just know that her karma has been sorted.
Okay, very good. Is she carrying any residual karma? Anything that needs to be addressed in this session?
Just now we cleared.
Oh, it's been cleared.
Just now.
Oh, thank you very much for doing that. Very good. Would you be willing to answer some questions in regards to these care homes in general? There has been a lot of talk, especially after the healthcare crisis we've had recently with the virus, these care homes as a topic. Can you tell us more about maybe what is going on in these places? What do we need to know about it?
These before we incarnate, we choose our paths, and right now there's the souls that they wanted to get it done quick, so they're coming here, and they're choosing very, very hard lives, physically, and just kind of being trapped in that body. But we're gonna see as we move into when we start splitting more, there's not going to be a need for that, because there's not going to be souls choosing to come in that way.
You mentioned the splitting. Could you expand on that for us? We have many questions regarding what that means, the splitting of the earth. Could you share? How do you see that happening?
She needs to bring in. She needs to call on some more.
Who is here with us now?
So everybody wants to know about the split.
Yes.
But we've told you about how knowing about timelines could shift them.
Okay.
So It's like a spoiler in a movie. So many people want to know the spoilers.
They do. Or just have some idea.
You just gotta, what you're doing right now, connecting, is very important because I don't want to. It's going to get hard coming up with
How? In what way?
pressure to get the vaccine. You're, but the light workers, those that volunteer to come in, you're protected, and you just gotta remember that. And
Could you tell us more about the
there
protection,
seems to be interference.
interference? Of what type? What do you see?
Can you call in the light again?
Yes, I can. Absolutely. Let's close our eyes. I'm calling in Michael. Michael, please enter the room and remove any interference, anything that's in the way. Let's call in his blue light. Michael, suffuse us with the blue light of protection.
You
Yes.
know, it's this dark ones that they're kicking and screaming right now.
They're kicking and screaming. Who? There are dark ones. Where are they?
No, not here.
Oh,
On this planet.
okay.
They have amnesia like you do. They know that the light was meant to win, but they're in the same reality you are. So they still think that you can, change the timelines and switch it back. They love the dark like you love the light. Oh, they don't want to give it up. They love it. And yeah, they're pulling out punches, and because they've forgotten that it's about balance. The balance has to be restored, and they can't take over this planet. So yeah, they come at you, the light workers, but it's more annoying because they can't touch you, they can't harm you, they can't hurt you. They can just kind of, try to interfere, but they yeah, but they're still in that reality where they think that there's a chance that they can have control of this planet, but it's that's not happening. So they're kicking and screaming.
Could you tell us more about? We have heard that you have inferred that it's going to get more difficult, and we've heard a lot of others talking about that too. Can you tell us more about what we could expect? Some idea?
Okay.
Sure.
As you noticed, many of you have found yourself isolated, and that's for a reason. That didn't happen by chance. This one, when she was when she quit her job, and she thought life was going to fall apart. She was still learning lessons, and but we have provided a way for her to, uh, you know, um, we've taken care of her and her family so that they're provided for, so that she can, it's about disconnecting from the, disconnect as much as possible. And there's many light workers, even the ones that are still in the 3D, they're being drawn to leave that. So and they have to have faith and know that that is their path, is to leave it. And once they, just trust, totally just, trust, they're going to find that they're taken care of and they're provided for, because you're gonna need to you're going to need to isolate yourself from the 3D, but it's very important that you keep your connection with those that are vibrating higher. Like in the chat, you started the group. That was the for you. That was a sacred. Uh, uh, um, I don't know if agreement. It was blessed, if you want to call it that. As Yeah, it's and more will come.
Very good. Thank you. What can you tell us about any preparations we need to make in our lives for ourselves and our families when things do get more difficult leading up to the shift?
You're going to be provided for. Many want to go out and prep and buy, and if that's what you're led to do, then by all means to do that. But just know that you're you're very special on this planet right now, and you're our utmost concern, and you're the superstars of this movie, and well, we're going to take care of you.
Thank you. That's comforting to know. Very good. The client was guided to address the issues we spoke of earlier regarding her former job. Is there anything else that you are seeing in her energy field or physical body, anything that we were guided to address during this session?
No, she just cleared it all. She
Cleared
needed
it.
to clear. She needed to clear that before. There's things that yeah, that was a big part of her life. So that was something that needed to. I'm not gonna say make peace, but
Reconcile,
well, yeah,
possibly. Okay.
yeah, because yeah, there was yeah, that's where there was agreements and contracts, and it's done now. Yeah.
Are there any prior lifetimes or any issues that are pertinent for us to see today that you would like to show us or talk about? Okay, very good.
Not no, not necessarily, because she don't need to be concerned about it. We showed her one lifetime. She had come in as one of the first volunteers, and she was a young man, and she drove off a cliff because the water in the ocean was so looked like diamonds sparkling, and she missed the curve and went over. And we showed her that in a dream because she kept wanting to know. But before that, there's we showed her the planet that showed her that one night. That was your time. Maybe that would have been a very long time ago.
Could you tell us about any other experiences, possibly her galactic origins? Anything you would care to share about that?
You always want to know about that.
We do.
Okay, so
That's the human curiosity.
we told her, we gave her this information the other day because she's just wondering. Like you are from Florida and you say I'm from Florida, but if you moved somewhere else, you would say I'm from there.
Mm.
You know, you all have connections to many. This one even has a connection with us and the darker ones, but
Is that a connection that should be broken?
no, she's already broke that.
Okay.
Yeah, and she doesn't align with that anymore. But We couldn't tell her that for, because like we said, she overthinks, but she has, it's been revealed to her, and she knows that she doesn't align that way anymore. She aligns with the other ones she's connected with, Pleiades, and she's Andromeda, and Lyrian too. Yeah, yeah. Have you ever, those people that get the DNA chart thing,
Yes,
and you got different percentages? I guess you can think of it that way.
that's very good. Thank you. The question that we have is that I'm kind of getting right now to be asking you is as she is communicating with you and remembering you, are there any names, whether it be her name
Hmm.
or your names, or anything she should know to
Yeah.
address you?
There we go with names. Yeah, she was thinking about that yesterday.
Yes, I gather that. I can tell.
And because she hates her name, it's like
It doesn't feel good to her. Could
no, she doesn't like it.
could you
Uh,
tell us the
because
name or the tones that she is known by? Because we do have
it,
that.
yeah, like an essence of the sun is what we told her that her name would be. An essence of the sun, of the dawn. When she dreamt about the planet that was destroyed, we gave her the name Oridon, which could be, she could, if she wants to identify with a name, could be.
That's a good one. Okay,
Mhm.
that's beautiful. What about all of you? Is there anyone in particular that she should be calling upon, a specific guide or
We're many,
okay.
and we're she's our priority, because she made she volunteered. She does that, and even in this life, she has carried that over. Where it's not that she likes to volunteer; it's just that if there's a situation that comes up, she jumps in without thinking, just to do what needs to be done.
Very good.
So she's carried that in with her. That was her essence. A warrior. She's a warrior and a
Yes.
warrior. She's both a
Very
warrior.
good.
Yeah, she's strong, very
Yes.
strong at night. She does. All of you do your work at night, and if you only knew how much has shifted and how much work you've done, you would it would boggle your mind.
On that note, could you tell us about her nighttime work? What does she do? Share some details and some more information about that. Would love to know.
Yeah, we told you that.
Any specific adventures or jobs she
Well,
has done?
she assists the souls. She needs help with the ones today because of the anxiety and that
Mm-hmm.
fear. And so that's why we brought that dream to her, because the souls that would come to her, she needed she needed more of the team to help with that. um Sorry, what is your question again?
I believe you answered the question. Is her higher self available to speak with us today?
She has a layering system.
Oh, share, please. What is that?
Well, she has her everyday mind, and we've told you her higher self is highly connected with her team. So I mean, it's like an onion, but it's not like an onion. Mm, it's she's kind of, I'm not gonna say evolved, but that way, but her higher self is because she doesn't connect as often as she should. Uh, we've had to come in and no, I'm not going to say take over. We don't take over, but her higher self is an essence of who you're talking to.
Thank you very much. That's very good to know. Very good to know. So you are saying that she is part of a collective consciousness?
Yes,
Very good. Thank you. That's
yes.
good to know. And when the
Thank you,
time,
because her mind, we have to dig around in there for uh, ways to communicate it.
what advice would you give her to open these connections? What should she
Mm.
do?
Well, what she's doing right now is connecting, like, the Zoom and
What about meditation?
uh, yeah, her journaling. We had to
Mhm.
tell her when she journals, it comes through the things she needs to know and paths she needs to stay on, and just keeping that connection with you and the others that because she doesn't have anybody else to talk to about those kind of things. Her
Okay.
family loves her, but they don't understand.
Right. They're on a different timeline, possibly.
It's not that they're on a different timeline. She's done a part of her agreement was that she brought her soul family and she was taking them with her, but they're just they do live in the her husband and daughter. You could say they live in the 5D because they live in the moment, very open, caring, loving, don't have a lot of karma or have sorted their karma. So it doesn't necessarily matter that they don't understand her.
That's good to know. Thank you. Thank you. Is there anything else that you would like to share with her while we have this conversation open with you?
Well, we tell her the same things every time. Stop worrying about other people, what they think. That's a
Is this
big one.
something that she does
Constantly.
constantly? So, what advice would you like to give her? It's one thing to tell her to stop. Is there anything she can do to assist herself not
Um,
doing that?
um, um, Fill your mind with other things. Yeah, she needs to creative stuff. When she made the blanket for her daughter, she was listening to music and was just living that moment, creating. And it's times like that that you're bringing in a lot, and you're raising the frequency of the planet just by doing the things that you like and living in that moment.
So, you'd like her to live in the moment more and not plan as much?
She no, she's not a planner. She she does living in the moment. She just she grows bored and she it's when she's not filling her mind. Uh, she should read more books. Her her path as learning about the practitioner isn't necessarily like everyone else's.
How is it different?
She is a healer, but she has found that trying to do the session uh, is like when she was at work. So she doesn't do well with repetitive things.
Ah,
Um, it mm, it's oh, we don't want to offend anybody because
no, they're
the
not
work
gonna.
you're the work you're doing is highly it's changing the planet. So the ones that are doing and drawn to do the sessions and be practitioners are shifting this planet. For her, she needed to learn it because she needs to be she needs to be like a sponge. And like we said, her journey hasn't been as long as the others. You spoke of the Flash in 2012. She wouldn't
Ah,
have made it. She was still very much indoctrinated and still very low vibrational.
right. We had a lot of expectations then, I know. Um,
Mm,
and I know that in a prior session, we did ask you about what people are talking about, the solar flash.
mm-hmm.
Um, right. Could
It's a
you,
part of a timeline,
is it the
but
timeline that we are on?
we're on it already, and we
Oh,
have,
good.
well, what we the the way that it could have played out, too many people wouldn't have been able to handle that frequency. And
Mhm.
so it's being given in doses, small doses, but it's increasing.
Is there going to be one big event where it culminates, like many have
Mm,
been speaking of?
it's a
Many have
possible
seen it.
timeline.
Yes.
That's yeah, that's the thing about the things that people see are most of the time they're possible timelines.
Right.
Um, so because humanity, we're trying to go about this as painlessly, I guess, as you could say. Um, But those of you that are calling in and anxious about the last year, want to say that, and that's okay. We're anxious too. Um, so we have, you've probably noticed the increase in the energy coming in,
Oh,
and you
yes.
can feel it.
Hmm.
Um, and it's going to intensify. And that's why the ones in the lower vibration are kicking and screaming. And
Is it uncomfortable for them? Is it
mm,
painful?
yeah, it's they don't understand it. And you see these ones that will get online, and they're so full of rage and anger. It's because it's not, they're just like you don't want to be in the lower density. They don't want to be in the higher density, the higher
I see.
vibration.
I see.
So they are, yeah, it's hard for them, and they don't like it one bit.
Okay. So eventually, the for all intensive purposes, I'll say the 3D population and those of us who are on the 5D trajectory, right now we're kind of mixed and
Mm-hmm.
coexisting, whether we're walking down a street or in a store, just anywhere. We're all
Mm-hmm.
mixed, even as families.
Mm-hmm.
Is it going to reach a point
It
where
has
that
to.
it can't be sustained any longer?
It has to, because you are repelling each other.
Yes.
Like we said, fingernails on a chalkboard.
Oh,
You cannot exist in the same uh, reality, and
right.
so
In this last year, it's felt like it's truly intensified. To many of us, it's felt that way.
mhm,
Um, and information has been shared from other clients where they're saying that's the definition of the split. It's almost like what I'm given a vision of is two different planets, almost two different colors, and
mhm.
an overlapping area, which is kind of where we sit now, where everybody's mixed together. Would you say that's accurate? Or could you expand on that for anyone who's listening?
We don't like to, we don't like to give out too much because it
Okay.
could affect the timeline.
Mm-hmm. It
Um,
helps us to feel less anxiety when we know. And I think that's why these questions are always coming up.
and we understand that, and we thank you for everything you're doing here. And there's mm, there's many possible timelines, and
Could you tell us more about the one that at this time and the now moment that we are on? Can you tell us anything about that timeline? Which one is it? The reason we
I can.
ask is that it's been a long journey and it does help us to
You
see
are,
kind of that light
yes,
ahead of us.
you are all growing tired, and that's why
Yes.
it's you've got to connect, because I can tell you that it's got to get bumpy first,
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. It's getting there.
uh, but you got to support each other, because it's not going to last much longer.
That's
Um,
good to know.
it can't.
That's how it feels that it can't.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
becoming less and less where it doesn't make any sense. It's not sustainable.
Hmm. But just support each other,
Mm-hmm.
because the light is at the end of the tunnel. The light has won, and what's happening is it's not, the light has already won, but there was the balance with the dark was so far off. Um, there's a lot of work still to be done.
Right. There is. That's very obvious. What can you share with us about New Earth? We talk about it so often, 5D Earth and New Earth. What do you see? What is your description and what would you like us to know about that? We've heard it referred to as a concept, a place, a
Mm,
vibration. What do you see?
it's it's a we're in it. Well, for many, um, it's just what you choose. A lot of the light workers, they go back and forth in it and out of it. Um,
Well, my question pertains mainly to what we were talking about previously, where the two vibrations are no longer coexisting.
mhm,
And the people who are vibrating at this higher frequency are in one place and it's not a mix anymore. Can you tell us more about what that's going to be like? What do you see that being? So it helps us to understand because we're working very
it's
hard to create this. What are we creating?
what you're gonna see is there's gonna be things that your mind has not been able to comprehend yet.
Right.
And that's why the energy that's coming in right now is preparing you, and you're being given messages, and that's all preparing you for when we come to that point that you're going to be able to wrap your mind around how it will actually be a physical split.
Right. That's what a lot of us are actually hoping for. People, that's what it seems like that a lot of the collective is trying to manifest.
I just keep on what you're doing, because it's like in when a woman gets pregnant and her cells start splitting off. Most people, their mind, that they can't comprehend how that works. So
We should stop trying to comprehend the mechanics. Is that?
yeah, because it is
I
a
understand.
distraction for some.
Yes.
Uh, People have a lot have become so they just want to, and that's the part of the human, you just want to try to understand, because
We too. That is a natural thing. It's
yeah.
yeah. Could you explain more about that? Is that something that's physically, it's a part of the physicality of the human?
No,
Those
it's a
need the
part of the
curiosity.
agreement. Oh, well, no, the amnesia is a part of the agreement, because have you ever worked a puzzle, and th- the joy comes from figuring it out?
Uh, I myself don't care for puzzles for that reason, but
This one doesn't either.
that's yeah.
And she li- and she
It's hard.
likes she likes spoiler alerts.
Yeah, I like to know. I like, yes, same here. I would go right to the end. So, for those of us then that have that predisposition, is that something that is typical of starseeds, or is that
The curiosity?
the need to just know everything
Oh yeah,
without
because
figuring it out?
yeah, because you was used to, you had all the knowledge before you come in here, and agreed to this game. Yeah, you say a lot of people don't like it being referred that way, but you agreed to everything. So
Yes,
yeah, so
we did.
that's why you want that, you want to know truth is important,
Very.
liberation,
Mhm.
freedom, because that was your vibration that you was in before.
Exactly. It feels more natural to us. Okay. What else would you like to share before we bring her back?
Hmm. No, we tell her all the time the things she needs to do. She just needs to stop being lazy, I guess.
Define lazy. What is lazy
Um,
in relation to her?
um, well,
Anything
she
special
that
you want her to stop doing? This
she
is the
needs to
time.
get off that phone. We tell her that all the
The
time.
phone. What is she doing on the phone that you feel she should
Stays
stop?
on it all the time.
Social media, are you referring to?
Yes.
Okay. And should she do that? What should she replace that with? What should she do with that time?
Books. Uh, go back and the Dolores Cannon books. She
Yes, wonderful.
have really helped her, and
Many of us, yes.
yeah, that's fill her mind with knowledge.
Okay.
The social media is most of it is um, designed to break your connection.
To
I
break
just
the connection, not to establish
eh,
it.
Well, no, I'm talking about the lower vibrational platforms
Oh,
like Facebook. No, the space you created is that's that's, we said, blessed.
safe
It's
space.
Yeah, it's sacred. Mm.
Okay.
That
Very
is,
good.
if she wants to be on anything, she should only be on that, and
Okay. That's good to
mm,
know.
she,
So less of the social media. What other changes should she make that you feel are healthy?
mm, That's a big one right
That's the big
there.
one right now. We
Yeah,
can
I guess
address
so.
others then. Okay, so we'll make sure that she understands that once we bring her back. What anything else? Because before her body gets tired.
No, her body feels good.
Oh, okay. Would you care to speak more with us?
Her mind is getting tired though.
Okay, why don't we
It's
bring her back
hard.
and revisit? We'll
It's hard
connect
for
again.
us to dig around in there.
Yes.
Come up
Yes.
with the ways to
Mhm.
relate things.
Right. So we'll bring her back and we will come and connect with you again and get some more information. We thank you so much for everything that you are doing for us and for humanity. And we thank you so much for coming in and speaking with us today and for the healing. I'm going to ask you now to recede back to where you live and where you belong with so much love and thanks. And let us bring our client back to her full awareness.